Welcome to my channel, Gina Chumesi Mental Health, where I address everything mental health. I do self-improvement as well as every topic that pertains to well-being. Lately, my focus is a little more on trauma and difficult relationships, so to speak, and how childhood trauma can translate into that. So check out some of my past videos. One of them was dealing with difficult personalities, whether at home, at work, wherever, and I title it, Who is the Boss? So if you are new tuning in today, thank you so much. If you're a returning listener, I really appreciate you checking out my video once again. It's beginning to look a lot like Christmas around here, and it brings along a lot of different feelings for people, from anxiety to sometimes even depression, grieving, depending on what had recently happened, if a loss of a family, transitioning, things that have happened in the past right around the holiday time. I ran into this woman yesterday, coincident, and she was telling me how a year ago today she lost her husband suddenly to a heart attack, husband passing, and she's left to be on her own to deal with the holidays, and it's just so difficult to even shop for holiday decorations because her husband used to do it all, and now she's kind of trying to hold his memory alive by shopping colors that he used to love and things like that. So I know a lot of you out there could have experienced something similar, a loss of a family member, a transitioning, empty nesting, separation, divorce, things that used to be the same as not like that anymore, or just even the anxiety of just going into a gathering with people when the past two Christmases or so we're not able to, the anxiety of running into that auntie or that uncle that makes you super nervous or anxious or have intrusive questions, or who kind of always goes beyond boundaries that you've set. So these are a few strategies, five that I'm going to go over that can potentially lessen the anxiety, that can help you beat those anxiety and still hopefully be able to enjoy the holiday time. This is only here once, and then we have to wait another few months before we get there again. So plan what you want to do. If you don't feel it within yourself to either gather people in your home or go to a family member's home, just plan it ahead, know what you want to do, fill in the space, do activities, read a book, watch a movie, go out for a brisk walk, things like that, just to occupy your time. But if you're going to go to a gathering and it's provoking anxiety in you, what I suggest is to limit your time there. So have an escape plan. So if you're going, number two is either you're staying for half an hour, maybe an hour, you go through dinner, either maybe you come in right when dinner is going to start or the actual thing is going to start, and then spend that time and then go, excuse yourself and leave. Without having to, be able to say, no, I can answer any questions right now, but I have to go. Or I can explain it later, but I really feel like I have to leave at this point. Or if you have a book, you can escape into a quieter area of wherever you are. If you're invited to read a book that you enjoy, to distract yourself for a few minutes and come back. So little doses of exposure if the environment is really toxic or really anxiety provoking for you. The other thing that I will say around the holidays is a lot of anxiety and stress. Lately, there's a lot of focus on gifting and things like that. where I came from, holiday time, yes, there might be some gifting, but it's not a huge focus like maybe here in the diaspora. So what I would say is practice self-care, really taking care of yourself, especially with the weather changing. A lot of people are catching cold, flu, not to talk about the ever-present COVID and now the Omicron version is ranging. So really practicing self-care, reducing your stress levels. If you're not feeling like gifting, then you don't have to, and really not having the guilt of having to do it. A few things that I suggest, some people will say, self-care, okay, take a bubble bath, sleep in, things like that. For me, I'm just going hardcore. A few things that I found that helps me lately is, and I'm getting used to it, it's a cold water plunge. So if you don't even have a pool, you don't have, like a thing outside or inside, like you use like a jacuzzi, you can just use your bathtub or literally your shower. Just turn the cold setting on and take a nice cold, few minutes of a shower, a bath, or a plunge. And trust me, it's hard to think of it, hard to do it, but it somehow brings all the dopamine up to your brain, and you just, after that, you feel so great. Another way also is, walking, exercising, yoga, weightlifting is another way. It's really awesome. A lot of people, especially women, don't weightlift, but when you do start to get into weightlifting, so just focusing on aerobics, it's super awesome in helping you feel good, feel strong, and get all that negative energy out of you. So some of the other stuff I mentioned is meditating and really prioritizing yourself, right? So sometimes you're like, oh, so caught up, I gotta buy a gift for A, B, C, X, Y, Z. But hey, sometimes splurging on yourself wouldn't hurt. Sometimes, especially as women, we think everybody else besides thinking about ourselves. So I'll say prioritize yourself. However prioritizing will look like for you, just go ahead and do it. It will help you feel good. It will help you feel like you're actually making yourself number one first. And then the other last one that I would say is drink tea. You might feel like, oh, I need to drink energy drinks, I need to drink coffee, because that's going to bump up my energy and keep me going. But what I would say is drink tea, drink chamomile tea. It's really awesome in helping you distress, especially in the morning. In this part of the country where it's really cold, it's going to help you feel nice and warm and cozy. But anyway, thank you so much for listening in. Hopefully these tips have helped you. Share in the comments what strategies that you are using around this holiday time to help mitigate or help reduce stress and anxiety, especially around the Christmas and New Year's holiday time. Once again, it is Gina Chumesi, Psyche PRN, tuning in. Like I always say, if you whip it in your mind, you can whip it everywhere else in your life. Thank you. Catch you on the next video. Stay blessed.